What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Working our way through my 5 rental teams video. Today we're using my Zekrom team. If you want to use this team, please make sure to use the rental that is included here or in the description from my 5 rental teams video. The original code in that video is wrong, so use, like I said, the one in the description or the one on that you're looking at now. So the way this works is I really wanted the focus to be on this Prankster Meowstic, with the idea of skill swapping Prankster onto just a lot of different Pokemon for a lot of different benefit. It can get it onto Incineroar to re-trigger and intimidate, and also give Incineroar Prankster to fire off quick parting shots as well as Will-O-Wisp. It works very well with Chansey, which is the star of the show, really, to give it Prankster, and then you can go for Minimize before your opponent can hit you, as well as Soft Boiled before they can damage into you. Similarly with Shuckle, getting off a quick Prankster into a power split onto a big damage dealer is huge. And finally, we do have Tapu Fini and Zekrom really as our sort of main hitters of the team. This is a very passive team, so having Choice Scarf on Zekrom along with its just massive attack stat lets you really do some big damage into a lot of threats. And finally, Tapu Fini really is here for Groudon. Groudon is a big threat for this team, and having a good way to answer that with Tapu Fini's Grass Knot is important. Similarly, it does deal with fighting types, which can cause a lot of issue, mainly things like Urshifu, and the ability just to look at Urshifu Rapid Strike or Single Strike and not really care about it is a big deal. So I know I've been kind of a little all over the place with talking about this team, but it is a really exciting one. I know Chansey Shuckle can be not the most interesting strategy to watch, so hopefully we can make the games a little bit more exciting than the standard, because I think this team does kind of use that strategy in a pretty innovative way. But yeah, here's the team. Make sure to check the description for the paste as well as some of the relevant damage calcs, and with that, let's just kind of hop right into our first game. Alright, first battle of the day, and it is Xerneas. It is Volcarona, Xerneas, Rillaboom, Incineroar with Indeedee and Regieleki. So I doubt we're going to get this off, but nope. God, this drift. I like Meowstic with Shuckle, Chansey, and Zekrom. Is there... What is... No, this instant is way too bulky. What I'm thinking is we can try to power split the Xerneas after it as it geomancies. So I'm afraid of what? Indeedee. If you don't bring Indeedee, I have the ability to just set up in your face. Worst case, I can just... Okay, so it is going to be Xerneas with Indeedee, which is fine with me. Does Follow Me have higher priority than Skill Swap? Oh, it totally does. Oh, God. That makes life a little tricky. No, can't do that. Because, yeah. We bring out Chansey, and we're not going to get this off, but we still try. We can at least reduce the damage output done by the Indeedee. Not that it matters, because you have no reason to go for anything other than this play. What is her play to beat this? Yeah, because Follow Me having higher priority than Skill Swap is really tricky, because it's just, right, Follow Me priority. Unless Follow Me has a +1 priority, in which case I could have gone for it, but let's see. Follow Me priority. We go for a Minimize and a Protect. Follow Me is +3 priority, yeah, so that's fine. Let's see if we can survive a Moonblast. I don't think we do, right? And your clear goal should be to target into Okay, so you go for a Dazzling Gleam, which is not the worst thing in the world, right? Because Chansey eats that up. And you know what? We're gonna start going. We are going to go again. We are going to try to power split into the Xerneas. It's not gonna work. We are just, yeah, you're sticking with Follow Me, which is fine. I can't really complain about annoying strategies. We are seeing the second Geomancy, which, I mean, like, you do what you gotta do. We can't really threaten too much, but, what? We can get to plus, that Xerneas has to spend one more turn, so we get to +6, we infestate, we just gotta get damage onto Indeedee. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We gotta infestation this thing. We gotta hit it as hard as we can. Xerneas might even go for a third Geomancy, given the amount of damage that they did, which I'm fine with. We're gonna trap in Indeedee, which is good for us, right? I do expect to see potentially a third. Infestation is nice right now. We have some chip damage onto Indeedee. It does mean that, like, Indeedee is hanging around, but if we can stall out the terrain, that's a really good position for us. I would like to... No, let's just go for a Seismic Toss on the Xerneas and a Protect. Their Indeedee cannot switch out while Shuckle hangs out. We do have Sturdy, so we are guaranteed to live at least one hit from Xerneas. We do see the Moonblast perfect into Shuckle as an Expanding Force comes out. Perfect. Again, let's just try to... Oh, nice. We hit into Xerneas. We are going to get some good damage onto Xerneas as the Infestation just continues to do work. Oh, even better. No more terrain. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to try to do a power... let's try and do a Guard Split on a Chansey. I don't think we're going to get it. We are just going to see the Moonblast come out onto Shuckle. Shuckle does have a Focus Sash. Or not a Focus Sash, does have Sturdy. And we are going to see the Expanding Force probably into Shuckle, which is fine by me. This lets me bring out... what's it called? This lets me bring out Meowstic. So Meowstic does have access to Fake Out, which is always a good time. I do want to try to skill swap onto Chansey. I think Prankster on Indeedee isn't necessarily the worst thing. Let's try this. We could also just Fake Out. I'm going to Fake Out on a Xerneas. I want to scout a little bit to see if they are going for a Follow Me. Which, no, you're still just going for Expanding Force, which is great, right? Because Meowstic will take that very well. We can then just swap onto the Chansey and be in a really great position. So I'm going to try to pull this off. I think even if we don't get it, it's not the worst thing in the world. But it just would be, it would be really nice to have priority soft-boiled. Xerneas is getting really low. We do unfortunately call it wrong. I think that that's still fine. That's actually really bad. We're resetting the terrain for Expanding Force. But that's fine, right? It's not a big deal. Once we get rid of Xerneas, though, Zekrom will be in a much stronger position to deal damage. And this should... Dazzling Gleam will KO. Meowstic. Oh, wow. You hit onto Chansey, which is never good. I'm guessing you lit... Oh, because you Follow Me. That's bad. Okay, we lose Zekrom. We have to get the soft-boiled off to have any sort of hope. But, you know, like, Pokemon is a game of hope. We go for the soft-boiled. We go for the crunch we're not going to get onto this Indeedee. We are going to see the helping hand. Okay, that is terrifying. Dazzling Gleam. Chansey is going to avoid. Love to see that. Zekrom is going to go down. So what I'm guessing is you can live one more hit on Xerneas after a Seismic Toss, which is why you're willing to be this aggro. Let's just try. It's so low. I feel like Seismic Toss has to KO Xerneas, right? That's 50 damage. Xerneas doesn't have over 200 health. And if we get rid of the Xerneas, so if we survive, all we have to do is dodge this Moonblast, which we do. This should KO Xerneas. Please KO Xerneas. Why is Xerneas so bulky? What? What is happening? Xerneas is over 204 HP? That is a lot and absurd, kind of absurd to me. They are gonna miss Xerneas. How much HP does this thing have? We are gonna see. We just keep clicking into Xerneas and try and hope for our best bet. Like I said, not the most interesting, but ho ho! Chansey with the knockout onto Xerneas, and honestly, at this point, I feel fine with everything else because what? Nothing else can really damage Chansey at this point. So we can just go for a soft boiled onto whatever comes in. I do want to KO Indeedee just because of the fact that we can go for. Let's go for a Seismic Toss onto Indeedee just to pick up the knockout there. Yeah, Follow Me is great. I'm assuming that this is going to be a Quiver Dance Volcarona. Yep, we are going to see Quiver Dance here. You are trying to set up, but I think given how little you did with what's it called? With Xerneas, I don't really feel too worried about Volcarona in this position, right? Because you are going to be hitting on the special side. I do still want to try and get some good damage onto Volcarona before it can get set up. And let's just see what's in the back. We do have to be a little bit wary of... Oh, nice. We do get recovery with Rillaboom. I would like very much to target into Rillaboom to KO it that way, because I'm not worried about Volcarona on the special side. So we just start Seismic Tossing here. Rillaboom should not have Protect. It might have Knockoff, which is always something to be wary of. Quiver Dance, like I said, I think is fine. Even at +6, it shouldn't be doing too much to me. And at that point, we can play to Timer, which isn't necessarily the most interesting strategy, but it is still a strategy. Let's just keep putting on pressure. Like I said, Rillaboom is the threat right now. Volcarona, even at +6, isn't going to be the scariest thing, because like you still have to hit. They do hit the knockoff, which is a very, very, very big deal. They were obviously destined to hit something at some point. We just need to put pressure onto this Rillaboom at this point. Like that Rillaboom hitting the knockoff was very, very, very bad. We do this. God, I really wish we had gotten off. If we'd gotten off the guard split though. Fiery Dance missing, perfect. Rillaboom going for a knockoff again. Not really sure why. We already got rid of the item. Probably because they only have Wood Hammer. The only thing that I could think of is that they only have Wood Hammer as a damaging move. It's Fake Out, Wood Hammer. No, because you have Glide. So I'm not sure why you wouldn't go for Glide. I just want... Yeah, I think once Rillaboom is gone, we can just click... Oh god, that might actually... Nope. Okay, we do live. This is getting close. Rillaboom will survive. Looks like it might survive one more. So I gotta actually... Do we risk it? I'm gonna soft boiled. Just because I want to guarantee we're in a good position. I think Oh no. 121. Down to 0. Close. I think, yeah, I think they made a good play the turn they went for the follow me on Indeedee, because of the fact that I really easily could have gotten Prankster onto Chansey, and I think that would have put us in a pretty game-winning spot. But overall, really good first game. Like I said, not the most exciting, but sometimes that is what it is. And yeah, let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Calyrex Shadow team. It is Milotic, Calyrex Shadow, Landorus, Rillaboom, Incineroar, and what is it called? And Heatran. So, what? Incin is good here. We obviously do have to worry about Milotic, but we do have Zekrom. So we could do what? Chansey is also very great because of the fact that they have Calyrex. Feeny, probably not that good. Zekrom is, like I said, very nice. Zekrom, I think Zekrom... No. Chansey, and then Shuckle in the back. Right, because that way, even if you lead with Milotic, it's not the worst position in the world. Do I want to do this? Let's do this. Landorus, I think if we can get Chansey with the guard split, we should be fine into a lot of this. Calyrex obviously isn't going to do too much. One thing that is a little tricky is the fact that we do have very little special defense on Incineroar, and we are impish. Okay, so we do see Milotic next to Heatran, which I'm fine with. We do have Bolt Strike onto... We do have a Bolt Strike onto the Milotic. If you switch into Rillaboom, not necessarily the worst thing in the world. As well as a Fake Out onto Heatran. And this can potentially let us get into a good place with... what is it called? With Chansey and Shuckle. So let's go for a Bolt Strike here. We do need to obviously hit it, and then let's go for a Fake Out onto the Heatran just to stop it for a turn. Heatran obviously carries Earth Power. Oh, it could be Landorus. It's going to be their own Incin. So we are going to get hit for a decent little bit with that Intimidate, to the point where I don't think Bolt Strike can pick up a KO. But let's kind of see. Bolt Strike will come out. How much is it going to do? It does a decent chunk. I would like to bring out Chansey. I'm just going to double switch into Chansey Shuckle, just with the idea that, hey, you have to Fake Out this turn. I'm guessing you want to Fake Out into... I actually should have done that backwards, because I want to try and preserve Shuckle as much as possible, but I'm hoping that they have such lackluster damage that Shuckle can survive to get the guard split off onto Chansey, as we do see the Earth Power. Oh, okay, so this is great, right? They doubled up into Chansey, and so what I can do now is I can go for a Minimize as well as a guard split onto Chansey, and they should not be able to... I mean, they could have Taunt on Incineroar. Taunt, I don't think makes the most sense, but I mean, it is an option. We do see a switch out, which means that you're not going to be able to get the KO, as Calyrex, yep, is going to come out here, and we can... Yeah, I mean, do you have Taunt on... Oh, we have Mental Herb. Mental Herb is lovely. We absolutely love to see Mental Herb. So this is going to guarantee the setup on Chansey, and then with that guard split, we should just be in a very comfortable position. I don't even really care about setting up beyond that. We can go for a Seismic Toss here, and let's just Infestation onto Calyrex to potentially break some sort of Sash. We can lock it in. Okay. That's a thing. You're gonna lock in Chansey with Magma Storm, but you're doing such little damage. I'm in return locking in your Calyrex. That was okay. That's really cool tech. We do get the infestation off onto Calyrex, as now. Okay, so this is really good for us though, because we know the item on that Magma Storm is doing a lot. Zekrom can Oh, I can't switch out. Haha. That's cheeky right there. Let's try and power swap onto Calyrex. We do see Psyshock come out onto Shuckle. Shuckle tanks it because it's a beast. They do taunt into into Chansey, which is fine. I'm locked into Seismic Toss, so that doesn't really matter to me. I actually want Chansey to die because that gives me a guaranteed swap into what is it called? Into Zekrom. And Zekrom will be able to KO Calyrex. I do need to that's tricky. I actually don't care about Calyrex right now. I need to get rid of Heatran. I'm gonna go for a Protect onto Shuckle, because Calyrex at this point can't really do much. Right? Calyrex has the power swap, so its damage output is going to be pretty terrible. We do see the Heatran swap out into Incineroar, or into Milotic. I think Zekrom should be able to deal with this endgame. I do, like I said, I want to preserve Shuckle as much as possible because I don't want Calyrex to be able to swap out. I'm assuming Milotic can heal. Hurt by Infestation. I'm going to go for... Can I switch out yet? Oh, I can switch out. I'm going to bring out Zekrom. And I'm going to go for a double protect. If we get this double protect, we're in really good shape. Okay, they are going to cancel. I think that it was still room for them to win. But I think, like, yeah, we were in such a good position. We would have been able to bring out Zekrom. And I think Zekrom would have been able to clean sweep at that point. So, hey, a pretty short game featuring Shuckle Chansey. Not something you see every day. But, yeah, like I said, good second game. And let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, battle number 3, and it is Yveltal. It is Yveltal Raichu with Toxapex, Volcarona, Incineroar, and Amoonguss. So what? Amoonguss makes this really tricky. But I do like Incineroar here. I think what? I feel like Raichu is a given. Zekrom having Stone Edge is really nice. So I do like this as a lead. Do I like this as a lead? Maybe. Yeah, I think it puts on a lot of pressure. I do like Chansey in the back as well as Feeny. Do I like Chansey? The one thing to be worried about is Oblivion Wing, right? Oblivion Wing is going to recover a ton of HP. But at the same time, like... it is on the special side, so it shouldn't be doing too much. And if we can get it to a solo endgame with that Yveltal, it should be fine. Sorry, checking something. We are going to see Yveltal Toxapex, which is great for me. So this is great, right? Because of the fact that you don't have Raichu out and you don't have a fake out user. So what I'm thinking is you're trying to bait out a Bolt Strike, right? And you're trying to say, hey, I'm going to have you go for a Bolt Strike. I'm going to switch out into Raichu. So what I want to do actually is Stone Edge Yveltal. We still get the super effective, as well as go for a fake out on a Toxapex. And I'm hoping that we could have actually doubled Yveltal. Sorry. We could have doubled Yveltal with the idea that if Raichu comes in and Raichu is Sash, we break the Sash and get the KO. But this, I think, is the safest, right? We don't have to worry about Toxapex doing whatever Toxapex does. We are going to see the fake or the swap out here into, yep, there's Raichu. Raichu will lose its potential Sash, as we do see a Protect. So this is fine. Fake out onto Raichu. We do reveal the Stone Edge. So this is tricky because of the fact that Raichu can carry Encore. So let's do this, and let's Parting Shot Yveltal. I do want to see, like I said, if they have Encore on Raichu. I think they will be forced to switch out their Yveltal. And Raichu like doesn't do a ton of damage. So getting Chansey in potentially freely is really nice. We still have big damage onto this Yveltal that can help us in the end game, right? We do have Zekrom, we do have Feeny. I think once we get rid of Raichu, Feeny should be in a very good position, because even against Toxapex, right? Like most Toxapex from what I've seen don't carry a poison move, and we have access to Nature's Madness. So even if they play the recover game, like it's not the worst. But that is one thing we do have to be very wary of in this end game is Toxapex and Yveltal, because both of them have access to recovery, which means that we can't beat them one-on-one with Chansey. So in comes Toxapex, which perfect. We will see the feint onto Ensign. Interesting choice. That lets us get off a Parting Shot here. I'm gonna bring out Zekrom because I need to get rid of that Raichu. Right? So I would like to just try and get some damage onto it with Dragon Claw, which should pick up the knockout. And they don't know I'm Scarfed at this point, so we can do this, and we can go for Dragon Claw here. I'm guessing, like I said, it'll pick up the knockout. We are max attack, and this is going to be stab. We don't have to worry about a fairy, so that's also very good. So let's kind of see what they want to go for from here. But yeah, this is an interesting turn for sure. We do see the Raichu switch out, so either Yveltal... Okay, so Yveltal is going to come in at this point. Hopefully we can get some good damage onto it. The big fear... Oh no, I was going to say the big fear is if we get burned with Scald, but we do have access to... That was good damage. That was really good damage. We have Healer on Chansey, so even if you burn my Yveltal... I mean, not my Yveltal, my Zekrom, I'm not the most worried. We do, unfortunately, get Toxic on Chansey, which was not part of the plan. I would like to swap into Feeny at this point. We're going to go Tapu Fini, as well as Dragon Claw here. Okay, so Toxic changes things, especially because we don't have Meowstic, so we can't just bounce around Healer to make it so that happens. We are going to see Yveltal swap out into Incineroar. Tapu Fini versus Incineroar, I'm fine with. We can Protect to stop the fake out, let us pivot out into something else. We know they're 4 at this point, so yeah, the big question is, do you have a poison move? You shouldn't, right? We saw Toxic. This will prevent you from going for that. This is hard. Dragon Claw into Incin. Oh. Huge. Okay, Icy Wind, great to see. Because that also suggests to me you don't... What? So we saw Icy Wind, we saw Toxic. Most likely Wide Guard and Recover. That would be my guess. If you forego Recover, we're in an incredible position. If you don't, that's a little bit tricky. I'm going to Nature's Madness into Incin and bring out my own Incin. Let's bring out Chansey. Chansey just got... We're just going to Seismic Toss, baby. We're gonna say, you know what? Screw it. We're going to go for gold. You cannot protect Incineroar. We can double up into it. We're going to get rid of that thing as quickly as possible. Because the left slot is fine. Toxapex, we do have Zekrom for in the end game. So I really just want to pressure into that instant slot, right? With Nature's Madness, we'll get you down halfway. We can hit you with a Moonblast and a Seismic Toss if you choose to stay in. If you choose to pivot out, that's fine. Like, you're not really doing much to us. We do see a Fake Out come out onto Chansey. I don't care. That slot is switched out. Let's see. Big damage here. Boom. Lose half right there. Icy Wind going to come out. So this is tricky because this means that you can switch out. Actually, even if you switch out, that's fine, right? You don't have Protect on Incin. Or if you do, you have Protect on Incin. And Tapu Fini is in a very good spot overall. We do just pressure. I think even with the Toxic on Chansey, we just pressure into Incin. That's the name of the game, right? We're going to Moonblast into this slot, and we are going to... Nope. We are going to Seismic Toss into this slot. You want to switch out? You switch out. That's great. You stay in. You lose Incineroar. I'm fine with these odds. The tricky thing now, though, is we do have to worry about terrain. Because we can't just we can't necessarily let Toxapex just poison everything. I mean, no, it's fine. We do have healer. We will see a switch out into Raichu. I want to get rid of this Raichu. Once Raichu is gone, we are free to click Volt Strike with Zekrom and just put in work. So this double up should easily KO Raichu. Right, Moonblast is gonna do... Okay, maybe we don't KO, right? Oh, that's so... It should. Right, Seismic Toss. Raichu doesn't have a ton of HP, I'm hoping. Boom. Okay, great for us. You probably bring out Incineroar here. And so what we do is we pivot out into our... Chansey is starting to rack up some of that poison, which is fine, right? You're figuring out how to deal with this. But now we have... Oh, your Incin is super low. Super, super duper low. We can honestly stay in with Fini at this point. Fini, let's just Moonblast. Moonblast and Seismic Toss. We could swap into Incin. That actually could have been better. We will see a Snarl come out. That's why it could have been better. But I think after this turn, we can just swap in Fini into Incin. And even if we get Toxic, not the end of the world. As, yeah, this Toxapex is just going for Icy Wind. So I'm fine to let it hang out. I do want to get this damage on with Fini this turn and then try and heal up with Chansey as much as possible. As we do connect with this Moonblast, it is going to do some big damage as a Seismic Toss will come out, and I hope this picks up the KO. Boom! KO onto Yveltal, and at this point, it is going to be this Incineroar, which can't switch out, as well as this Toxapex. So what we can do is we can protect Fini to swap out Chansey into Incin, and then set up for this endgame. And yeah, like Incin is so low. We do have the ability just to pivot accordingly, but I do want to preserve... Yeah, we'll have Fake Out onto their Incineroar as we can safely bring out Zekrom. So we hit Protect here. We swap out from Chansey into our Incineroar. We are super physically bulky, and like I said, we still do have Zekrom in this endgame. Zekrom can very easily deal with this Toxapex. This Incin is so low that Fini should have no problem picking up the knockout there. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to get overly confident yet, right? It's not over. Toxapex is very scary. We obviously can miss Bolt Strike, so something to keep in mind. But we can at this point cycle damage or cycle Intimidates. This will let me bring out... we do see Darkest Lariat come in, so that's a very good thing to know, as you do bring out, into Incineroar, as Icy Wind will come out. And I think, honestly, we double up into their Incin, and then we can sack our Incin, And no, let's KO their Incin with our Incin using Fake Out as well as This is no. We go for a Moonblast here and a Fake Out onto their Toxapex. This is mainly to prevent the Toxic into Tapu Fini. And boom, we get that there. We do see a U-turn onto our Incineroar. It's going to do, yeah, hardly, just no damage at all. We do literally, I mean, to be fair, we're doing 0 into them as well. What we do now is we protect Tapu Fini and we Parting Shot onto their Incineroar. And that will give me the ability to bring out Chansey to go for a Seismic Toss onto their Incin. Yep, nice. I'm guessing you are going to, yep, Toxic into Tapu Fini, which is fine with me. We Parting Shot onto you to bring out Chansey. Chansey should be able to survive a hit from... Yeah, we'll easily be able to survive a hit from Incineroar at this point. So we bring out you. I'm going to try and recover just because of the fact that this is the first turn in. We can honestly let... Oh yeah, we do take toxic damage. Ugh. We swap out Fini into Incin. Then we go for a Soft Boiled here. And then once it's Toxapex versus the world, right? Like we have access to Bolt Strike. As long as we hit Bolt Strike, we should be good. We can Nature's Madness as well and take advantage of the terrain from Fini to really limit the amount of damage that this Toxapex can do. So once again, we are going to fire off and Intimidate onto their Incineroar. The thing, like I said, is we do need Chansey to live, because what that's going to let us do is that's going to let us Fake Out and Seismic Toss. But given, we're gonna be fine. This lets us get their Toxapex into a 1v4 situation, as Toxic will come out into Incineroar. Not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, we just need to get rid of their Incin. The fear is proccing a berry, but I think... Oh, and we have Healer on Chansey. So what we got to do is we got to go for a Fake Out here as well as a Seismic Toss. We can try and heal up with Healer, and then once we bring out the Zekrom, I think Zekrom at this point should be able to clean up Toxapex with Fini as well, right? Because Fini can prevent the Toxic. Toxapex is doing no damage. We have Bolt Strike and Nature's Madness to say, hey, even if you want to keep kind of going, we can stop you there. So we are going to see no berry. Seismic Toss hopefully will pick up the knockout from this point, as yep, Incin will go down. We can Will-O-Wisp onto this Toxapex, and yeah, let's just start going for passive damage. I don't care at this point if Chansey and Incin go down, because they are honestly just fodder before I bring anything out. We do get Healer, so Incin should not be in too bad of a position in the end game. This, like I said, will let us hit a Will-O-Wisp onto Toxapex, and we can just Seismic Toss it until Zekrom can come in. We can swap into Fini. We will see Baneful Bunker. That's good to know. Baneful Bunker... What does Baneful Bunker do again? It poisons you, right? Baneful Bunker. Chansey will survive one more turn. We can go for a Will-O-Wisp as well as a Seismic Toss. I just want to get some damage up. But yeah, let's see what this does. It also poisons. Okay, so it just poisons. We will see the Toxic come out onto Incin. Like I said, I don't really care. Baneful Bunker. So we've seen Baneful Bunker, Toxic, Icy Wind. I'm guessing Recover. Will-O-Wisp just to get some passive damage, because we are seeing that you don't have... what is it called? You don't have Black Sludge. And then Seismic Toss just to get a good chunk, as we can swap into Zekrom, and then Zekrom can hopefully clear it up from there. Chansey will go down here. And so I don't think we need to risk it on Bolt Strike. Yeah, we don't need to risk it on Bolt Strike. I'm gonna go for swapping Ensign into what is it called? Ensign into Feeny to prevent Baneful Bunker, and then I think between I'm gonna go for the Bolt Strike because I also don't want to risk them living and this turning into like a gross stall fest. And also, hey, like we are trying to show off what Zekrom can do, and I mean, I don't want to necessarily like props to my opponent for playing this out because I think that this is pretty over, especially because I have Zekrom out and Tapu Fini to prevent any sort of healing. You know I have Nature's Madness, but I mean, it is what it is. We are seeing no Protect. We are seeing the Toxapex miss, but yeah, you can't go for Toxic at this point. You are getting outsped. Let's just go for Nature's Madness. I think it's going to do the most amount of damage, as well as just we can go for a Bolt Strike here. As long as we hit, yeah, this one should be able to KO Toxapex. Yeah, there's zero doubt in my mind from Stab Super Effective, Max Attack. Zekrom, very good games. I think we did do it in a way that wasn't just like, hey, this is a boring stallfest with Chansey Shuckle. I think this team is fairly hard to pilot, in all honesty. It definitely took a lot of losses in practice games to get these games here. But I do like the team. I think it has a lot of potential. We will use it for a couple more episodes, hopefully get some more interesting stuff. I know I really want to do stuff with like Prankster and Incineroar, but